6:48 right now, time for the morning rush. The city of Albuquerque and its police department are facing a lawsuit. Comes after a family says unnecessary force was used in a deadly officer-involved shooting. Documents say that Devin Morris was behind the wheel and fled from the vehicle as officers chased him. 3 officers tried to detain him and tased him when Morris tried to run again. 2 officers then fired their weapons, killing him. One lawmaker is pushing to pass a bill that would make hazing a crime before the end of this year's legislative session. House Bill 225 is being introduced by Republican Representative Joshua Hernandez. If passed, anyone who commits hazing could be guilty of a misdemeanor, and those who commit aggravated hazing could be facing a 4th-degree felony. That bill has until next Thursday to pass before the legislative session ends. Well, Albuquerque fire investigators, they are still working to determine what caused a house fire in northeast Albuquerque. AFR responded to the fire near Wyoming and Springer Road yesterday. They were able to get it under control in less than 15 minutes, but say that the damage was extensive. One person was taken to the hospital after being pulled out of the home. It's unclear how that person is recovering. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. It is a cold morning out there, so bundle up, but it's going to be a nice mild afternoon with partly cloudy skies.
Albuquerque city councilors are asking APD Chief Harold Medina to be present during tonight's meeting. City Council sent APD a letter questioning Chief Medina's actions regarding the federal investigation of some APD officers in the DWI department. The letter demands Chief Medina appear at the meeting to answer questions. The chief said that he has already sent to council a letter answering several of those questions. Well, happening today, the APS school board will be officially deciding who's going to be the next superintendent. The board is expected to vote on a contract for the next superintendent during a special meeting this morning at 8. The board president will then introduce that newly selected person during a news conference. So that will take place 30 minutes after the meeting. A new national campaign is working to preserve the memories of Route 66. The National Trust for Historic Preservation is kicking off a campaign called Share Your Route 66 Story. The effort hopes to catalog the memories and photos of every inch of the over 2,000-mile historic highway, stretching from Illinois to New Mexico to California. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index. It is low today. No issues. It's just a cold morning out there.
Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts of America went out into the community. That was for a food drive supporting Storehouse, New Mexico. Yesterday, Scouts of all ages took part in the Scouting for Food campaign, gathering at the Albertsons located near Academy in Wyoming and collecting non-perishable food items. The goal of the event was to beat last year's record of 14,000 meals for Storehouse NM. An Albuquerque teen is one of only 25 students from across the U.S. selected to take part in a prestigious program that will give her a hands-on lesson in civics. Angela Hummingbird has been selected again to be part of the National Student Fellowship from the Bill of Rights Institute. Hummingbird is going to be part of a 6-month virtual educational program. That also includes trips to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. U.S. airstrikes continue to target Iranian-backed militia groups in the region as retaliation for a drone strike that killed 3 U.S. service members at a military base in Jordan. The U.S. says that they carried out a series of airstrikes along with the U.K. over the weekend, targeting the Houthis in Yemen. But the U.S. is walking a fine line, careful to avoid hitting any targets inside the Iranian territory. Erica.
All right, to check on traffic, the maps are clear. No accidents or slowdowns to report. And Tracker is heading south on I-25 near MLK, and it's looking nice and clear on the road.
An artist in Australia is taking the ordinary power poles that we see every day and making them pop. The poles in Lucinda, Queensland, they have become canvases for David Rowe, who gets his inspiration from local legends. The main topic of the paintings is fishing mixed in with some local characters.
Time now for the 5 facts. At number 5, Boy Scouts here in Albuquerque are supporting Storehouse, New Mexico by collecting non-perishable foods to donate. Yesterday, Scouts of all ages participated in the Scouting for Food campaign, gathering at the Albertsons located near Academy and Wyoming and collecting non-perishable food items such as canned goods, dried pasta, and peanut butter. Although the final tally isn't in, the goal of yesterday's event was to beat last year's record of 14,000 meals.
At number 4, people across New Mexico continue to remember a state police officer who was killed in the line of duty with a memorial run. 3 years ago, New Mexico State Police Department officer Darian Jarrett was shot and killed while performing a traffic stop just east of Deming. As an homage to the fallen officer, the 330-mile run coincides with Jarrett's call sign of 330. BCSO was also there in support for yesterday's run, along with family and friends.
And at number 3, it's going to be a mild and quiet day for our Monday, and it's going to be our nicest day of the week. Temperatures will start out chilly in this morning. Be sure to grab your warmer winter layers, but by this afternoon we'll climb into the 40s and then 50s. High temperatures topping out around 57 degrees with increasing clouds and light winds.
At number 2, the Albuquerque City Council is asking Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina to be present at tonight's meeting. City Council sent the APD department a letter questioning Chief Medina's actions regarding the bombshell federal investigation of some APD officers' DWI cases being dismissed. That letter demands Chief Medina appear before the council tonight to answer questions about procedure and policy. However, on Friday, the chief told us that he was going to ask to brief the council during an executive session, citing legal advice from the city. Chief Medina also said that he sent a letter to council addressing some of the questions that they have on the procedure and policy. And at number 1, the city of Albuquerque and its police department are facing a lawsuit this morning after a family says that unnecessary force was used in a deadly officer-involved shooting. According to a lawsuit in February of 2022, APD spotted Devin Morris behind the wheel of a stolen vehicle near 4th and Manal. Documents say that Morris took off running when Officer Ramiro Garza tried tasing him but was unsuccessful. Well, the lawsuit says that Morris tried to run again with a suspected gun in his hand. That's when 2 officers fired their weapons, killing him. That lawsuit argues that the use of lethal force was unjustified and excessive.